guys, good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Eddie. Hope you all having a good day. Well, on today's episode, we're actually going to dive into the 350Z, and finally, after finishing the suspension, all the old bushings are popped out, replaced by energy suspension, as you saw in my previous videos. Let's take a look. We have the coilovers over here with the coil spring isolator, but this is the coilover. We have the energy suspension boots. I installed some Zerk fittings on top, that way I could definitely grease up the ball joint itself. Put some lock nut washers, upgraded the new nuts, practically re-threaded them as well because everything was so rusted. As you can see here, this is the energy suspension bushing. Look how thick that is. That is crazy. I did it over here as well. This one was definitely shot, but now look at it. Oh, and we also did the hub bearing as well, just as a recap. As you can see over here, this beautiful crossbar. And not for nothing, check this out. Cool flow, chemical odor. So yeah, I picked this bad boy up from Lowe's today because every time I'm working on the car, for some reason, a lot of the odor stays in here from the solvents, from the penetrating oil and so forth. So my nose is always dry. I was like, you know what? Let me get a mask and see what happens. And I didn't want to wear a respirator while working on the car all the time. I found this little bad boy and I didn't even know they make them. I always thought they made like sandy masks, but I didn't know that they make that type. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into doing the brakes on the 350Z and yeah, get this bad boy on the road. Let's jump into doing the big brake kit, because boy, this is my childhood dream. But yeah guys, let me dive into this right now, that way we can get started. Alright guys, so first things first, I got my Concept Z Performance. This is the conversion kit in here. Oh yeah, got these little things for my calipers, gonna need that. So here we go, we have the right side, left side, a few bolts to go with the job, and this that we'll figure out. I don't know what this is right now, but we'll figure it out. Alright, so it didn't come with installation instructions, but that means it shouldn't be that hard. But yeah, we're gonna figure this thing out right now. Ooh, look at that polished finish. That's nice. And if you notice, I definitely took off the brake shield because at the end of the day, either you have to cut it or remove it. And I was like, you know what, instead of having a sloppy job, well, not a sloppy job, but instead of having it there or cut up, I'd rather just remove it. And it was rusted, so this looks a lot cleaner. Alright, so there's both lock washers and regular washers. Yeah, I just gotta sort this out. Alright guys, so we got 3 different variants. We have these over here, these over here, and then these over here. These are a tad bit longer, if you can see there, just for comparison. So 2, 4, and 2. We got about a few lock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do we got 7? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we also have 7 of these as well. Alright. Well, I feel like I'm missing 1 lock nut and 1 washer, but we'll see as we go along. Well, I found 1. That makes it 8. Overall, I do have everything that is needed to do the kit. I just found my other lock nut washer that was needed. So aside from that, we're first going to go ahead and start with 190 and 150 millimeter. So we're going to go ahead and put the lock nut and the washer both on there. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and install the billet now. And the way it sits is this curve right here sits flush on top, as you can see here. Boom. So this is nice and even. We're going to put the long bolt on top and the short one on the bottom. Let me just show you a little up close. Alright guys, so just so you can see, this is how it's currently sitting. Now you do the long one on top and the short one on the bottom. Now this little thing here goes right into there. So the longest bolt that you have goes on top. Let me get some Loctite real quick. That's all she wrote. Alright guys, and the way I have it here, I have the washer first, then I have the lock nut into place. Whoa, we're zoomed in. Now we're going to grab one of the smallest ones. The way I have it set up is I have the lock washer, then I have the regular washer. Bam. Let me get some Loctite. I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to pick some up. Now, what size do you think these bolts are? I'm thinking 21, 22. Hey, 21. I know you guys see that. So that is annoying. Why is it hitting my hub? So at this point, don't tighten it all the way. You just want to tighten it just a little bit. That way it can hold its place without wobbling too much. Don't tighten with the lock nut. With the lock washer. I gotta stop saying lock nut. Oh boy, I'm a mess today. Anyway guys, what we're gonna go ahead and do is just tighten it just a little bit. As you can see here, I'm now making contact with the lock washer on both sides. There's a little wiggle room, as you can see there. So now we're supposed to put on the calipers. Let's take a look there. But damn, this is bothering me. Alright, so here we go. Our Power Stop Performance brake calipers. Look at that. Powder coated red, nice and neat. Brand new components, everything good. I love my Power Stop right now. Yeah, I haven't seen these things in so long. They're beautiful. Not for nothing guys, if you care about weight at all, this is not the mod for you. Alright, so this is definitely not it. Ooh, she's so pretty. Oh. Damn. 4 pistons. How pretty is she, huh? Already powder coated. Alright guys, so let's test fit this now. Now you're gonna grab 2 70s and this will bolt into the caliper. And this is what's left for the next side. So let's try this out here. According to the instructions that I got online on Concept C Performance, you have to basically go ahead and put on the caliper without the rotor. Test fit it, and then we'll torque it. So let's just do that first. We're doing this together guys for the first time, so. This thing is huge. So I got a few threads in. Gonna go ahead and tighten it down now. But not so much. This is nice. I'm like so in love, guys. You don't even know. This is like a childhood dream. The inner boy in me right now is coming out. Cause man, ever since I had my Honda hatchback, I always wanted big brakes, but they were always so expensive. Man, this is beautiful. It's a beautiful moment right now. But guys, let's just take a quick look at this beauty. Cause she is. Alright guys, so we now have her mounted on. Everything is definitely hand tightened. Okay, you basically want to set the caliper, and that's why you have it without the rotor. That way this can align with your caliper and everything just sets into place. So this here is a little hand tightened, as you can see. You can barely move the lock washer if you put pressure on it. But now that the caliper is on and everything's hand tightened and it's set, you're gonna then torque down the rear bolts to 20. These caliper bolts, 1 and number 2. You're gonna go ahead and tighten them down to a beautiful 20 foot-pounds. Let's do that first, and then we'll get to the next step. She is now torqued down to 20 foot-pounds. Both bolts in the back that hold the caliper to the bracket. Just gonna go shift that over. So now we're gonna tighten the 90 millimeter and the 50 millimeter bolt. These two right here, we're now gonna tighten them to 75 foot-pounds. Ooh, too early? Yeah, too early. I just wanted to see them behind the rims because I've been dying to fill up this wheel well, because with the 350Z, as you already know, if you have the stock brakes, they're extremely small, especially when you get 19-inch rims. They're so small behind the wheel well. It looks, especially when they're all rusted, but woo! I'm so in love right now, look at that. And definitely for me, there is definitely enough clearance, and that is something that I made sure of when I decided to get my rims, because I knew ultimately I was gonna put this big brake kit on. So rims came after my brakes, for sure. I definitely wanted them to fit in because I wasn't gonna keep the stock brakes that's on this car. I knew I was gonna change them, and if I was gonna change the brakes, it was gonna be to something nice and big. Because as I said before, this is a little build that I'm doing. So hey, look at this safetiness. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, so in love. Look at that. Perfect. All right, guys. Let me stop kidding around because I know you guys just want to see it installed. So let me get to the regular programming. Alright guys, so back to business. Unfortunately, I gotta tighten this one like this because the hub, for some reason, interferes with this bolt. There we go. I think I may be able to torque it now that it's down like that. Okay, so let me just put this tie rod in real quick. So in case you're wondering, I did leave the tie rod. I did finish the suspension, but I left the tie rod loose because I knew I was going to be doing the big brake kit, so instead of me going back inside to turn the wheel left to right and blah blah blah, I was like, you know what, let me just leave the tie rod loose. That way I could just rotate it freely as I want. But right now I need to tighten her up just a little bit so I can torque it down. Alright guys, so I do have one of the small sockets. It's a lot thinner profile than the deep socket itself. So for this one right here, I'm definitely going to use this one. It allowed me to fit it on a little better than the deep socket. In case you have this issue, definitely opt to get one of these, one of your small sockets, because deep sockets do tend to be a lot thicker. So boom, thinner. So it helps to sit it on. That way you could definitely go ahead and torque this bad boy down. Alright, boom. We're now done. These two here, the 90mm and the 50 are both torqued down. So now we move on to removing these back bolts that we tighten to 20 foot-pounds. That way we can set our rotor. And yeah, we just connect the brake line, bleed the brakes, and we'll be good to go. We're looking extremely well. I can't wait. So thank you Power Stop for these. I mean, they're beautiful, powder coated, so they last a lot longer than paint. Man, I am so in love. And you guys wouldn't even believe how much I got this for during the winter. Drop a comment below on how much you think I actually got these for. Actually, the front and the rear together. Guess how much I got them for. And I'll definitely respond to the comments below. That way you guys can see it. But man, did I get a sweet deal on these bad boys. It's kind of unbelievable. And I have the receipts in case you guys need it for a future video. But yeah, I got it for an unbelievable price. It was definitely worth it, let me tell you. In any case, guys, let's get back. Let's slap on these rotors. Ooh, you guys haven't even seen the rotors yet. All right, let's show you that now. This here is like, this is what I call unbox therapy. Let's see here. Hey, look at this. Front passenger side, perfect, is the first one that I need. Damn, them bad boys are heavy. So yeah, like I said before, I'm gonna run inside. I have a scale that I'm gonna bring out here. I'll bring that scale out, that way you guys can see the difference, because like I said, if you're looking for weight reduction, this is not the way to go, let me tell you. But hey, if you want a big brake kit, this is the way to go. It's probably the most cost-effective way to go. And yeah, this is shopping smart. Oh man, I'm so happy. It's kind of like I got a brand new car. That's how it feels right now. You know, when you go into the dealership, you walk out with your dream car. Ooh, that is my dream right there. I know to a lot of people it's not much, to each its own, but for me, it's always been a big brake kit, man. Let me tell you, it really has. To have it on my car, it feels good. It really does. But all right guys, let me stop talking, let me stop having a sob moment. And let's disconnect the caliper over here. That way we can go ahead and install the rotor and then reinstall this bad boy over here. And I'll get you the torque spec as well, so just stay tuned. All right guys, so take a look at my before and after. Before, after. And definitely a lot more beastly than before. So we're definitely looking forward to this install. One done. All right, you guys ready to build some muscle? Yeah. I'm thinking thinking just above 20 pounds this probably weighs. Yeah, somewhere along those lines. Alright guys, so this is a very important part that a lot of people do not do that helps serve for the long term. And that, my friends, is this. Put in some nice high temperature synthetic grease. That way your rotor never gets stuck to the hub. Plus, it stops it from rusting up. So, there you go. Just try not to get them on the lug nuts. If you do, wipe it off with a tissue and you'll be fine. But definitely try not to get it on there. And there you have it. She is now greased up. So go ahead, clean your hands off. If you have gloves, just wipe it with a tissue and you're fine. If you got regular skin, okay. If you're using your hands, just make sure you wash them or grab a tissue before you grab the rotor. You don't want to get grease on the rotor. So yeah guys, there you have it. It is now greased up. I hope, yeah, you can see it. Cool. Yeah, it's now greased up. I even did the inside as well. And did the screws on the back. That way in case I ever need to pull it out, I'll be good to go without having to worry about any rust. But definitely this does help, let me tell you. I mean, every time I rebuild a car or, you know, I do a modification that involves removing this, I just go ahead, grease it up 1, 2, 3. And let me tell you, this grease is a miracle worker. It really is. Yeah. Save some time, guys. Timing is everything. Just grab yourself a little lug nut. Boom. You gotta be kidding me. So, that one bolt that I had an issue with before, that was not allowing me to use my deep socket because it was hitting the hub bearing, is now touching the rotor. That's an epic fail right there.
Now me and the mad scientist gotta rip apart the block.
Damn. So now I gotta get my Dremel. Now she comes back off. Of course, even with an adapter specifically made for a car, it can never be easy. Nope. There's always something. Always something, guys. Unbelievable. And this thing was $175 plus tax. And I think shipping. Ah, boy, oh boy. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my Dremel. I'm just thinking like the lock washer is not really a necessity. I'd much rather have the washer there than the lock washer. And honestly, that'll give it enough clearance to allow the rotor to work. Alright guys, so take a look here. Let's see if you can see that. So yeah guys, there you have it. I got the mask on, sorry. So yeah, as you can see there, with two lug nuts on the rotor to tighten it all the way to the hub, I'm getting that clearance issue. I can't even rotate the rotor now. I can't even rotate it. It's like stuck. So to address that clearance issue, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the lock washer. But yeah, let me just put the caliper back on as I did before, set everything back into place and retighten it off, put new thread locker. Because instead of me shaving down the bolt and it losing a little bit of strength in any fashion at all, is not something I want to partake in. So I'd rather just take off that lock washer and give myself enough clearance, because at the end of the day, a lock washer is really not a necessity. As long as you have thread locker, it's totally fine, and that you torque it down to spec. Let's jump into this and take care of business. There you guys have it. 1, 2. Alright guys, so test fit number 2. Got the lug nut on, extremely tight. Well, hand tightened, whatever. Ooh, how smooth. Yeah, that sounds a lot better than before, right? Last time it was all crunchy and stuff. But let's dive to the back to see how it looks as well. Yes, that clearance is a lot better. I wish I could show you guys, or hopefully you can see it, but oh yeah, you can. So before, the front of the bolt was hitting the rotor, and look at all that space. You can actually see light between it. Ah, how nice. So happy. But just in case you guys weren't seeing it before, it was basically hitting the front where the numbers are. Yeah, it was basically hitting all that, and then when you flush mount it, it was just like stuck right there. It wouldn't move at all. But we did it, guys. So let's move on. Let's install the caliper, and then I'll go ahead and then do the other side. But man, it saved some Dremel time, let me tell you, just by removing that lock nut, that lock washer. Ugh. All right guys, let me continue. Good in the neighborhood. Let's not forget some thread locker. Oh. All right. Calm down. Alright guys, so this is the complete setup, and look at that. It's nice and smooth, no issues at all. Nice clearance, looks like factory. I'm liking the kit, I really am. It's nice. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and torque the two bolts to 75 foot-pounds, number 1 and number 2 over here. Gonna torque those down to 75 foot-pounds, so let's do that now. So those are now torqued down to 75 foot-pounds. Alright guys, so we're now up to the brake pads. Just finished torquing down the caliper. So right now, these brake pads, yes, they're the same thing, so don't drive yourself crazy Googling the whole entire world to see which way they fit. Trust me, they'll both go in either way. It's a matter of whether you want the metal to scrape on the rear of the rotor or the front of the rotor whenever they get low. But yeah, my pads never get that low. So at the end of the day, whether you want your shim to be in the back or the front, ultimately is up to you. So now let's just grease it up with some brake grease. I'll put a link in the description below in case you guys want to buy some of this. Good stuff. You know how long I had this grease for, man? What? I had this grease since I had the Honda. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Love me some brake grease. Ugh. Doesn't it feel good to have a day off?
Yeah, it's just funny, Josh. My boy Josh was saying that.
Alright guys, so by the way, in case there's a groove that goes along with the rotor, so just have it facing one way, the only way. Basically this part, the sharp part, goes on the inside, and these two go on the outside, that way it can lock the pin right through. Clean up any excess grease. Alright guys, so we have the old rotor over here. Let's see how much this weighs. $20.6. Let's just wait for that to reset. This is one of my old scales. That's why it's out here.
Can you just like take out the battery or something?
Alright guys, so we have about 16 pounds on the old rotor. Let's get the champ. This requires 2 hands. Alright guys, 29.2. More than 10 pounds. Damn. More than 10 pounds extra. Let me check that again, hold on. What? Yes. New rotor, 29.2 versus 16. Definitely not for weight reduction purposes. Alright guys, so not for nothing, CZ, you outdid yourself. I mean, look at that perfect fitment. If the caliper wasn't in the right location, these brake pads would not be sitting this flush like if it was factory. Oh my god. Woo. You guys get a thumbs up for me for sure. Good job. Alright guys, so we're now putting on the bracket right here. As you can see, this is how it's set up. Alright, just take a quick image in case you are doing this yourself. you can definitely see how it's done. Alright, the rivets go down, the bars go through here. This is the way that it's supposed to be. So in case you guys are doing this yourself, like I said, this is the way it's set up. Now this piece, the last one, is going to be your headache. Alright, once you finish these two over here, popping the third one into the brake pad is going to be extremely hard. But what you can do is just grab your little vice grip, put it right there, push it in, and you'll be able to slide it into the brake pad and it'll pop right in. And then you can just push it all the way through and then put your cotter pin on the end as it was before. As you see here, that's the hole, and this is your cotter pin. Alright guys, and so for the final tap, what you can do is, that way you can protect your finish, is just use one of these, okay? Or use a screwdriver, because I just noticed here that is a Phillips screwdriver head that you can definitely just put a screwdriver in, a small one, a stubby one, and just hammer it in and you'll be good to go. But if you don't have that handy right now, just use one of your extensions and hit it in. Now we grab the little cotter pin and we slide it right in. Bam. Done. There you have it. Install is now complete. Check that out. Can't even hear anything. It's quiet. Of course we still have to bleed it, so yeah, but at the end of the day, at least the pads are not touching. You know, it's going nice and smooth. The adapter allowed it to have enough clearance. Yeah, just like factory. There's no noise. It's like Free Willy over here. There you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and continue. I gotta bleed it and then we'll be good to go. So we're finally done. Ooh, does it feel and look so good? You know what? Let's take a quick look at how beautiful this is right now. Alright guys, so there you have it. There goes the installation of my big brake kit from Power Stop. But yeah guys, so right now I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because I'm going to go ahead and bleed the brake system. And not for nothing, this one here has two valves. 1 and 2. So yep, this is going to be fun. I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested. Just make another video on how to bleed these brakes here. But if you are interested, definitely stay tuned for that one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you haven't joined the build already, definitely don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Join the build, join the vlogs, just have a good time together. And at the end of the day, if you found this video helpful, definitely give it a big thumbs up. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. Alright, that way I can finally take on the road and see how that is. Because not for nothing, my previous rotors, as you already know, if you see my previous videos, this car was completely junk, and that's why I got it for so cheap. But in any case, in regards to the brakes, I would basically stomp on the brakes if I was going fast. Of course, nobody was around, but I would step on the brakes and then the car would just drag to a stop. It wouldn't even squeal the tires. Like, yeah, she needs work. But that is what I'm here for. So that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button and give it a big thumbs up. Like always, think for the future, enjoy your present, and don't focus too much on the past. Peace. What are we doing? Are these guys mating during my video?